Hey, welcome or welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Jamie. This will be a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If this is your reading, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not. If you'd like to catch some additional content, I do offer a membership, or if you need to book a personal, that information is in the description of the video. If you're new to tarot, just know that not every reading is going to resonate, so if you feel like I'm wrong here, please just disregard the reading. I'm going to pull cards like King, Queen, Emperor, and Empress. Those cards describe a specific personality, but it really doesn't have anything to do with the sex or gender of the person being described. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Cancer. So we're starting off with Wanderlust of the Spirit. I follow my spirit on its wanderlust. Guided by intuition and character, I trust myself to journey freely. And renew. Nature continuously renews itself year after year. The main energy of the spread is the Nine of Wands. We have Judgment, Page of Swords, the Emperor. And there are two Emperors in this deck, you'll see that. There's actually two of each masculine energy. One is male, one is female. It's just how the deck works. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the Emperor again, and the Four of Swords. At the bottom of the deck, the Knight of Pentacles. So major signs here, we have Aries, Scorpio. So some of you feel wounded, and I think it's valid when you're looking at this Emperor card. This Emperor definitely has a bunch of puppets on a string. Very controlling, probably manipulative, and a little bit vicious, And I think that for most of you, dealing with whoever this person is in your life has been particularly troublesome, because I think like this person, they're smart and they want things, but they don't want to work for it. They want to make everybody else work so that they can maintain a position. And now you're in the same position as this person, but you're totally different, right? So we have this other Emperor. And of course, energies can always be reversed. If you're cross-watching and you feel like the Cancer is a jerk, okay. Sometimes it's like that. But this other person is more nurturing and caring. They want to just see the success of everyone. To literally opposite energies. And I feel like this person was profiting or benefiting in a large way off of you. Something is finally over or done with this. For some of you, a business contract is complete. It's final. It's over. For others, this is a marriage contract, something like that, where something is finalized. There's finally good news. Something is over. It's complete. It no longer has to be dealt with. But it's not like someone walks away unscathed. I think that, there's money and reputation at stake. Like, there's a lot of loss with this. Even though there's a gain of freedom and independence. There's some type of long-term dependency that really has affected someone. So it's not like, just because you're free, everything's going to work out great. Now it's kind of like starting from the bottom up. So, someone feels a little distant or like out of their game. It's like a totally different world. Again, someone's on a completely new journey and they have to learn, how to move and operate completely differently in life now. I feel like, whoever this person is, they're a pain, but at the same time, it's like, if you have to depend on someone or if you work for someone and you, are very comfortable with the way things are, the change is dramatic in life. It's not simple, and I feel like, whoever is getting away, again, is not just walking away with everything. They still lost here. Even if they didn't lose everything, they may still have their money and they may still have their reputation and they can maintain their own life or business. It's just different without this person. It's not as easy. So now someone's starting this slow, steady journey of setting everything up for themselves instead of doing it for someone else. Being sort of like the main character here. Now, I feel like for this other person, losing you is also a loss. Like I said, they stood to benefit from you as well. And so, it doesn't seem like they're quite happy about this either. But mostly because there's some type of judgment that goes in your favor. That's why they're not happy. Okay, so I have the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, Temperance. The Three of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, the Two of Cups. Well, you can count on this person trying to reconcile something with you here. Their loss is greater, it feels like. It's like you can definitely count on them trying to do something to work things out with here to get you to stay. If that doesn't work, then you may see their evil other side. I think that that this person's very dual. They can come off very nice and compassionate and caring. And then they have this other side that doesn't give a shit about anybody or anything, especially when it pertains to money. This person, they may want to see you broke. It's like, there's something about their ego not like wanting to let you go for some reason. Maybe they have to compete with you if this is business, or they just know that, if you go somewhere and like the customers were to find out, that they would all kind of go there too or something. It's like, this is a really strange thing where like someone is going to try to correct things with you, and it is because losing you in some type of way is a serious loss. Now, for those of you where this is like a divorce or something, I feel like it may be hard to understand this person. Like I said, sometimes it's still that duality. Sometimes they're kind, they're caring. And there's another part of them that would like to see you flat broken without anything if you were to ever try to leave them. It's like, because there's that level of control to it. And I mean, it's the same for either person here. It's like dealing with this type of person and having to try to get free of that situation. I'm not going to just let it go that easy. Obviously, the easiest way is to just, offer you something more, or, come to you in a more friendly manner. Oh, you were going to leave? I didn't, I thought that, you would stay and we would redo the agreement and there would be, more money involved, just something. Because, again, the loss is great. But for you, I feel like this is going to be a hard bargain too, because it's the same for you, right? Like you'd have to start a new job or start a new contract with something that you don't know, that you haven't done before. Start a new relationship, step out there and have to do everything on your own. Where you're comfortable where you are, you've already sort of gained something there. So I feel like this is going to be, complicated to give an answer to, and you're going to have to probably think about what it is that you really want here. In the advice, we have the Moon, the Three of Cups, and the Four of Wands. I think for a lot of you, this is maybe about work and not even a relationship, and it's like, again, something is like a contract is up or something. It would have to be like renewed. Someone's trying to get you to do this. And it's not giving solid advice for each of you. You have to sit down and really think about it. Like, what's actually going to work best for you? What's the best example I can give for this reading? Like, as far as hair goes, like say I work for someone for 10 years, right? And technically I have my clientele, but it's their salon. So like it's their clientele, it's not mine. So if I leave this salon, then I can't really tell my clients that I'm leaving or where I'm going. So then I'm starting off in a new salon with no clients. I got to start from the bottom, right? I got to start with walk-ins and work my way up and trying to maintain clientele. So that would be really difficult to actually leave that salon, even if I felt like, I wasn't being treated that well. And then you may just get back into that same thing. Now, it's different if I want to leave that salon and go open my own salon, then I really need to go through these things, but it still would be complicated like that. It's just like the best case scenario that I would have on a business agreement. Now, if this is a marriage, obviously people are going to try to work it out if they stand to lose anything at all. I mean, even if it wasn't about money, maybe they don't want to lose the person who washes the dishes and does the laundry. There's more for them to lose than for you to lose in a situation. Or there's equal. That's what it's really coming down to. It's like you're a huge loss to whoever this person is. But at the same time, it looks like there's some loss here to you. Maybe hear them out. See if there are some tweaks or changes that would work out. Just make sure when you do make a decision that is absolutely what's best for you and that you don't agree to anything that you're not going to love in the long term. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys soon.